Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a backdrop, which only means we have a tutorial. I have been wanting to do a tutorial for a while, but this is a full face of Sheglam makeup, which I also have been wanting to do for the longest. I've had the products for a while, you guys know. I couldn't be more happy to have this video for you guys. I will be trying a little bit of everything pretty much for this look. I have from lashes to brows to foundation, blush, contour, everything for a full face of Sheglam makeup. And it turned out to be this look. Which I wasn't anticipating this look. In the tutorial, I do a nude lip with lip liner and liquid lipstick, that ombre that I like to do. But I actually ended up trying this out, the makeup, because, well, not trying it out, wearing it out for about, well, it's 8 already, so I've been wearing it for about 7 hours. I did my makeup around 1 and I did the first part of this video. Then I had to go out, then came back, had dinner, and now I am filming this. The liquid lipstick, it actually was surprisingly nice and it just faded away. I like liquid lipsticks that do that. When I eat, I don't mind it. I prefer that rather than it crumbling, which a lot of liquid lipsticks tend to do when you eat. This one did not. It just faded off nicely. I just removed it easily after when I was going to touch up my lips, and I decided to use the lip oil, which, guys, where did I even leave it? Oh, it's right here. This jelly, what is it? Jelly Wow lip oil is the best thing ever. I have tried a lot of lip oils and I've tried high-end and drugstore. This is up there on my top list already, like top 1, because it's so good on the lips. I'm excited. So without any further ado, let's get into trying all this on our face. Okay guys, I currently have nothing on my face other than moisturizer. I did my cleanser, washed my face, moisturize, and that's it. I didn't even apply sunscreen because I don't want to apply anything other than moisturizer that could alter how these products work, because I want to give them a fair shot for my first time trying them and see what works out for me, what doesn't, what I fall in love with, and what just doesn't work out. All right, we're going to start off with the primer. Now, this is a color changing primer, meaning it's going to adjust to your skin tone, which I didn't know this while I was trying this primer out, but that makes sense once it completely dries, and the more you blend it on your skin, the more it starts changing to your skin tone, and it won't be as white and bright as it looks at first, which I was very surprised by, but I ended up liking it. Now, the foundation I will be using is the matte foundation. I was super excited for this one because it is very full coverage, matte, long lasting, and it actually is a perfect shade match to my skin tone. It felt really nice on the skin. It didn't feel heavy, but it was still a full coverage foundation, and it did end up lasting all day and for a lot of hours, which I was very, very surprised about, especially because I didn't use a hydrating primer like I normally do. I just used the Sheglam primer, as you guys saw, and the combination is really, really nice on the skin. Even though it looked like I applied too much product, it was the perfect amount and it still didn't feel heavy or cakey. Now, this concealer, I don't like the packaging necessarily. As you guys can see, it's like it just keeps gushing out. If you don't cover it right away, it will just keep coming out. I'm going to depot some into a little container because I don't know if it's just too much air in it, but I don't like the whole like messy packaging situation. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a full coverage concealer for me. I felt like I've tried others that are a little more full coverage. I felt like I had to apply a little too much of this, but it definitely is highlighting under the eye, so I like the shade I chose. Now on to contour, which was my favorite and most exciting product to use from Sheglam because I have seen nothing but great reviews and just a big rave around these liquid contours, and they are amazing. I was obsessed. It's so easy to apply the product. It blends easily. You don't have to put so much work into blending it, which I personally like because, I mean, it was zero fuss. You just pop it on, blend it, and you're good to go. You didn't even have to blend that much. They just blend so seamlessly and so effortlessly that I am honestly obsessed with these. The color I feel like was perfect for me. I really, really liked it. Moving on to the liquid blush, which is a beautiful, beautiful peachy shade. Shade. I personally love these shades on my skin tone. Peachy blushes are my absolute favorite, and this color is just stunning. And then I realized once it dried that it has little glitter flecks and it looks beautiful. Now, onto the setting powder, which I feel like kind of was the star of the look as well. Right here, I couldn't figure out how to work this. Um, and I'm used to my everyday powder, like having to pat it so much so that some product can come out, that this was not the case for this powder, as you guys can clearly tell. And I just made a huge mess, but I had to keep pushing and keep going to finish the look because regardless, I had to set my makeup. And I know it looks very, very intense and a little crazy, but it set my makeup so, so beautifully. Once I brush off the powder and blend it into my skin, it just looks so, so good. And it's such a finely milled powder that I am definitely obsessed with this powder already. And I've been using it since. Now, the whole packaging thing was my fault. It honestly really wasn't the packaging's fault. I should have just paid attention and not gone wild tapping it like crazy. I know it looks crazy on camera once I'm applying it, but if you've watched my other tutorials, you know that I always set my entire face with powder. No matter what powder I'm using, I always set my face with it. And obviously this wasn't going to be any different. Just because I'm trying new makeup doesn't mean I'm going to try to do my makeup a different way. Guys, this lip oil, run and get it. I already added some other shades to my cart or scents because I am obsessed with how this moisturizes the lips without being heavy or too glossy or too oily. It's just amazing. Moving on to the brows. This little pomade I was excited for. Now, I feel like I was having a little bit of a tough time getting it to work, but I think it's just, the first time used. I just have to get a little more used to it and accustomed to using it. It definitely is a creamy formula and you can build it up, but you have to kind of work quickly because it does dry. And once it dries and you try to go over it, I feel like the product gets removed, or it could be that, it's just my foundation. I don't know. I'm going to try it again because I'm still not convinced if I like it or if I don't like it. Kind of a in between with this brow pomade, but the end result, I actually did end up liking it. Now we're going to be using the Sheglam cookie something palette. I really, really like this for a fall look. I'm just going in here with the lightest shade, the bone color, applying it on the brow bone, which I always do, and just making sure that it's a like blank canvas for the colors we're going to go in with next, which is this really, really pretty like transition shades. I like to pack on my transition shades, especially when I'm doing like a orangey or brownish smoky eye. Slightly smoky eye in my opinion. I like to pack on these really pretty transition shades, and this palette has some of the prettiest like neutral transition shades, and I really, really ended up liking that. The browns, the colors, and the pigmentation these eyeshadows have. I was honestly really impressed. I thought I was going to have to work harder to get a really nice look, a really blended look, an effortless blend with these eyeshadows. So once I tried it and I fell in love, it's the only palette that I have continued to use, and I just like it. It's a perfect everyday palette. If you just need something to add a little color in the crease, just a transition shade, or you need to do a smoky eye, this palette is just absolute perfection. It blends so nicely, and I love that it's more of a warm tone neutral palette because that's pretty much what I like. That's my vibe. I always go towards the neutral but warm tones because I don't really like the cool tones. This is just my jam. This palette is everything. Now, once I finished blending all of this, I decided to take a highlighter and apply it on my lid, but I didn't like how it looked. It wasn't like enough of a pop, so I decided to go in with this Jelly Pop shadow, which if you pair this with a purple, a green, even over a black, oh my gosh, the shift, the chrome, the reflectiveness that it has is going to be next level. I can't wait to do a smoky eye and pop this on top because it's going to look even better. I just popped it over this because I wanted the look to be more intense. It definitely was, and I've never done something like this to where I have like a orangey brown look with something silver. But it does have like a duochrome, like a purpley green duochrome. So that's why I say definitely do it over a black eyeshadow. It's going to pop amazingly. Now the lashes were super easy to apply. I didn't like that the band was a little thick, but it's the best set that I found, and I can always pair my lashes. I can always wear these lashes when I film for you guys or when I film other tutorials. Now I'm going in with this lip liner, which I think I used the wrong one. I bought two, one that's more of a neutral tone and then this one that's more burgundy-ish. But I still wanted to do like an ombre lip like I love doing. This really pretty like neutral nude ombre. So I still blended this lip liner out, which is what I usually do with my go-to colors. But I wanted to do it obviously with the Sheglam products, and I think it turned out really nice after I decided to apply this liquid lipstick, which was the lightest in the little 3-pack that I got. And it went perfect with the look, in my opinion. I wore this all day. The liquid lipstick is actually really nice. You don't feel it on the lips. It's so lightweight once it dries. Like I felt like I wasn't wearing anything. And those are my personal favorite liquid lipsticks. So this is definitely a go-to now in my collection and my everyday makeup. Now, this palette is also my everyday. This peachy shade just to top off that liquid blush and just finish off the look was perfection. If you don't like liquid blush, this palette is beautiful on its own without having to top off the liquid blush. It's gorgeous and I love it. Now, this highlighter, I love the packaging on it. It's so cute. But I will say it's pressed a little hard, so you have to like really dig your brush in there to get the product on and like build it up. But once you do that, it definitely is like my jam, my go-to color, and I love it. Especially on the nose, I feel like it just applied so beautifully in the inner corner highlight. It just made it pop and completed the look, and I absolutely love how this look turned out. I am obsessed with this look. Definitely going to be playing with these products a lot more. All right, guys, what did you think of the tutorial? I'm going to be honest and say that I went in trying this stuff excited, but I honestly thought I was going to struggle. And I've always told you guys that you don't have to spend a lot to get a good look. You don't have to spend a lot of money on products to get a nice look. I used an affordable palette. Pretty much everything is affordable. I don't think there's nothing that's like over $10. And that says a lot because I love a lot of these products now, and I know a lot of them are going to be in my everyday makeup, like my holy grails. The foundation, little quick rundown, obsessed with this. The perfect color match in my opinion. When I was putting it on, I was shook that I finally chose the right shade online because I was struggling for a while. I got the shade Peach in case you guys are interested. Everything will be linked down below in the description in case you guys want to check out any of the products. But I am loving this, and easily this can be my next favorite foundation. The star of the show, contour, liquid contour and blush. I want more blush colors, and I think they just released new contour shades. Definitely picking up some other shades, probably a little bit more like more of a gray undertone to do more contour. This is really pretty though, blends so effortlessly, so beautifully. I am obsessed with these. And when this one, the blush specifically, this is Float On, I noticed after it dried that it has little glitter flecks. I personally don't mind that, just letting you guys know in case you guys mind that. But they weren't noticeable. They were like very like faint, but you can see them. And I noticed because I was looking up in the mirror, and my mirror has light, so I just saw something sparkle and I was like, oh, what is that? So I realized it was the blush, but it looks so beautiful. I personally love whatever will glow and shine and sparkle and everything. You guys know I'm into that. So these, oh my gosh, my nails look amazing. They still look amazing. See, I miss this. I miss holding up products and having nails. It just, to me, they look so nice. Anyways, I 110% recommend these. These are amazing, hands down. So good. Okay, the primer. I'm still iffy about the primer. You guys saw that part. I was a little shook. I was like, what is going on? I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. And I felt like the more I blended it, it just was kind of blending into my skin tone. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but I specifically wanted to try this one, the white one, because they have, well, on the website, it's yellow or pink. The yellow one is this one, the white one, and the pink one is the pink one. And I tried that one. I actually do like that one, and I do recommend it. The thing is, I had seen a TikTok about this one, like being the next best thing, like it makes your skin so flawless. And I don't know if it filled in my pores, but I feel like my skin just looks very flawless and nice. And that could be the foundation, the primer, or the powder, or all three products together, because I didn't actually use a gripping or hydrating primer like I usually do, which I feel like has a lot to do with my skin looking really nice and my makeup lasting longer. But we're at 7 hours and I haven't touched up. I haven't had to touch up. I had to leave. I ran some errands, came back home, ate, then came in the room to check out my makeup, and all I touched up was my lips. I changed it to the lip oil and the lip liner. The lip liners are really nice and creamy, and I'm obsessed with the lip oils. But the fact that I'm at 7 hours with this foundation, powder, concealer, and all this, and I don't look a bit greasy, I am just amazed, honestly. Because some foundations at the 5 hour mark, I can start seeing my shininess coming through, my oiliness, and this looks really good. It looks like I just did my makeup and I've been wearing it for 7 hours. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Like I said, I went in trying the products like, ooh, I'm gonna struggle a little with some of these products. They're actually really nice. And coming from me, that you guys know I've tried a lot of products, like these are really good products. Now the powder is so finely milled and so nice that I don't feel like it gave me a white cast, and I feel like it set my makeup so nicely. And I think this has a lot to do with my makeup being nice and matte, because this is the Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder. I didn't use this other part up here, which is the under eye setting powder. I just used this on my whole face. You guys saw that as well, and I look like Casper's mom, like the friendliest of ghosts. But yeah, I am so impressed with everything, honestly. The concealer, I mean, I like the concealer. I just don't like the packaging of it. I'm going to take a little pot and squeeze some of the product out because as you guys saw when I opened it, like the product is just coming out, coming out, coming out. It doesn't stop without me even squeezing the tube. And I feel like they filled it up with too much air because that's how it feels. It feels like super hard and like it's blown up with air, not product. So the product just naturally is like flowing out. So I want to squeeze some out, squeeze some of that air out so that it won't be super messy. That's only if and or but it's with the concealer packaging. And the liquid lipstick formula is, I actually really liked it. The 7-hour wear was with the liquid lipstick. That's what I was wearing when I left because that's what I finished up my look with. So I'm definitely excited to use these other colors. And yeah, the brow product, I feel like I have to like play with it a little bit more, but I actually ended up liking the outcome of it. Like my brows look really nice. This is the style of brows that I like to do, and I feel like the color isn't so intense, but it's still dark and it goes with my dark hair, so I like that. Something that I must absolutely recommend to you guys are these little brushes. If you draw your eyebrows on, or you like very fine brushes to clean your eyebrows, or even to clean up your lip liner, to do eyeliner, wing liner, these brushes are it. So they're very like small, precise, detailed brushes that are just perfect to blend your lip liner, to clean up your lip liner. These I love them to use on my eyebrows. So I use this one to clean up, to apply concealer, and this one to just go in and clean up everything so nice and crisp. This has become, since today, my new favorite brow brush to clean up my concealer. And then all these tiny ones. These are like $1 and these are $2. Like you cannot beat the price on these little sets of brushes. I am obsessed. And lastly, the eyeshadow palette. If you want a perfect matte everyday fall palette or everyday palette, if you like these colors, personally I do, this is it. This is absolutely it. So it does have a little bit of fallout, a little bit of kickback, but it's normal fallout, not anything too crazy. Fallout for me personally, unless we're talking about like modern Renaissance subculture palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, then a little kickback does not bother me. So the formula in this palette, A+, and I love how these eyeshadows blend. They blend so nicely, they pack the punch, and you blend them out and they stay nice and blended and they don't get patchy. They definitely did it. The Smart Cookie palette definitely did it. That was a lot, but I am so happy I finally tried these products. Now I can incorporate them into my everyday makeup, my everyday routine. I hope you guys like this video. I have a few more like this, trying new makeup, full face of one brand coming up for you guys. I feel inspired again now that the backdrop came out. I feel like myself, and the nails and everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. Hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, I will see you all in my next one. Bye.